Good morning, everybody. Nathan, how's
Good
it going?
morning.
How's
Good
your
morning.
camera going?
It's not, and that's
It's not. Oh, well, we started the live stream. So first I got to say that Dr. Kills texted me in the middle of the night that he will be flying right now. He was
right.
meant to fly sometime yesterday, but he morning. But we are totally happy to share your story.
Yeah.
Even with no camera.
Very sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. It didn't let you it didn't ask you if you have access. StreamYard has access to your camera.
Yeah, it's asked all that, and we've ticked all the right boxes, but unfortunately, it's not playing ball.
Oh, okay. Oh, and they left. I think they're having some issues. So good morning, everybody. Hi, it's me, Dr. Nelson. It's 3 a.m. for him, and Dr. Kiltz is flying, so it's me. Today we're giving away a Kiltz Mighty Tribe t-shirt. Hopefully, Nathan and Katrina can get back here. It seems like they're having some technical issues. Hello.
Hello.
For some reason it kicked you off the screen. I didn't do that. It kicked you off the screen and it says your device wasn't working.
Right.
I love technology. Okay, so before StreamYard does anything else that's weird, why don't you introduce yourselves and say a little bit of your story. We're going to talk about type 1 diabetes and carnivore, correct? And maybe your daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's start.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm Nathan Hylkema, and I'm here with my wife Katrina. So I've been a type 1 diabetic for the last 30 years. I got diagnosed when I was 11, so you've got my age now. So been on a journey with that, and over the years I've had quite a few complications with diabetes. With I suppose poor management would be the number one thing, and then got introduced to Carnivore in 2020 by my younger brother, who's a personal trainer and gym owner, and he's got a partner who is in nutrition. And so they kind of got me introduced to Carnivore in 2020. I did a 4-week crash course to see what it would do to a type 1 diabetic. My brother was pretty interested. And so I went on a very strict carnivore diet for 4 weeks just to see what it did to my body, how I was able to manage my glucose levels, and that sort of thing. So we did just a really short story with that. We did skin folds, we did weight at the beginning, and then we did it at the end of the 4 weeks, and we saw some pretty amazing results. So that was that. We've been married for the last 13, nearly 14 years. So Katrina's kind of had a bit of a crash course in diabetes as well. And she's been able to help me out with a few different things along the way. But that's a really short, brief story of me.
And doing the 4-week crash course, like, what did you notice? What changes did you notice?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that happened for me, like I said, my diabetes journey has been pretty good, but I've had a few moments where glucose levels would be constantly up and down, just with trying to live what they would call a normal lifestyle of eating and drinking, what they would call normal foods. So the biggest thing I noticed was the glucose levels just remained absolutely rock solid in the perfect range. And I didn't understand how that would work, because from what I'd been told and taught through the medical profession is that you need glucose to energy, and you need that as a fuel source to function in your daily life. So what I was really interested in was that removing carbohydrate and sugar from the diet meant that my glucose levels were in the optimal range 24/7 without any issues, which was mind-boggling. Yeah.
Wow. And sorry, I was in the chat. Are you still doing carnivore, or how do you do it now? What do you do now?
Yeah, so what I've done now is we kind of call it an abbreviated version. So I've got my wife Katrina, and we've got 4 daughters. So life has changed a little bit.
Sure.
And so what we've found is that if I stay on a strict carnivore, it disrupts our family flow quite a bit.
Okay.
Multiple meals and things like that. And saying that,
Not so much now that Ellie,
yeah,
in the past, when you were doing it for that crash course, it was expensive. It just felt like it didn't really work very well. But now we kind of got a bit of a better groove.
yeah, so it was pretty tough. So at the moment, what we're doing is carnivore with added on things like avocado and sometimes green vegetables, which is helping with our daughter and her journey as well. So so just an abbreviated version, but sticking mainly to no carbs or no carbs at all. So yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm curious. I wish Dr. Kiltz was here. Too bad he's flying, but like he always teaches that like meat actually does have sugar in it. Like everything has some sugar in it. So I'm
Right.
curious if the sugar in the meat was able to help keep it's so little, it's almost insignificant in the carbohydrates in meat. But I wonder if that was what was the thing to keep your glucose normal.
Yeah,
Too bad he's not here.
yeah. One thing we've noticed, so we've just moved here to America about 8 months ago. So we're
Oh, wow.
originally from New Zealand.
Okay.
So we've made the move, which has been awesome, but challenging at the same time.
Yeah.
What we found being here with the meat is, so on strict carnivore in New Zealand, I would be taking about 4 units of Humalog per day
Okay.
as a type 1 diabetic. So it didn't remove absolutely everything in terms of insulin, but
Right.
but a significant amount. So standard, if I was on a standard, what you would call diet, I would be having 46 units or maybe more per day of short-acting Humalog. So going on
Okay.
or got down to 4, which was really good. So that would generally be in the morning. I have an injection in the morning. For some reason, the glucose levels, once I'd awaken, would start to rise. But what we've found with moving to America is that, again, I've done strict carnivore back in January, February, just to get back in the groove. And what I found was that I was still having to take quite a bit of insulin to bring sugar levels back into the optimal range. I'm talking about 12 to 16 units. And I questioned why that would be. And the only thing I could think of was that there's something in the meat, because it was very strict carnivore. It wasn't anything else added in there as well. So with you mentioning that there is a little bit of sugar in meat,
That makes sense. Yeah.
it makes
Yeah.
sense. But also too, I wonder what is put in meat here.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking organic,
No,
from the local butcher that you find tucked away somewhere. It was from your mainstream supermarkets or
Yeah. I think they're fed grain at the end. It's like some sort of grain. I don't know if, like, I live in Colombia in South America, and the meat here tastes very different. And I'm always happy when I go home, and I often am flying for a travel, like work. I often have issues. So, but I know that so many people in the United States actually do very well on a carnivore diet, eating whatever meat that they can, because I mean, that's going from the standard American diet, which is just horrible,
Yeah.
to carnivore.
Yeah. It's night and day difference. Yeah. It is amazing. So yeah, I've been very thankful that we've been introduced to it
I
by
love
my
that.
and it's been really beneficial for us as a family, up until now, and I'm sure going forward as well.
Wow, awesome. And then what about your girls? You have 4 girls, and you have 1 girl that does have type 1 diabetes. How
Yeah,
does
that's right.
food work for the kids?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, I'm sorry I'm doing a lot of talking, Katrina. You can probably chime in as well. So what I mentioned before our youngest got diagnosed with type 1, meals were in lower carbs than what we were used to. So as we've added more girls along the journey, our diet has changed significantly. So Katrina is Italian by heritage, and so pasta and pizza and those sort of meals were a big part of our lifestyle for a long time. And then as we've added more girls in, we've, I suppose, just realized that that amount of carbs and the feeling afterwards was not really what we were wanting. So we've trimmed back a lot in that respect. And then up until recently, we've changed our diet completely as a family.
Oh, okay. And your youngest, is she doing strict carnivore, or she does like the carnivore with some avocados? And how has that helped her?
Yeah, correct. So Katrina's got the dates here. So she was diagnosed type 1 diabetic in end of April this year, so 2025. And that was a bit of a journey in itself, because we just thought she might have had a bladder infection or something like that. She showed the normal signs of urinating a lot and drinking a lot and that sort of thing. So we took her to the local GP, and they ran a quick urine test and saw that her levels were through the roof. So they rushed us off to Gallisano Hospital here in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
And we ran some tests. We did the normal stuff, and they put her on IV to get her fluids up. And anyway, so long story short with that, we're in the hospital room and meeting with the doctors and dietitians and things like that. And what shocked us was the first meal that was administered was chicken tenders and fries.
Wow.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, this doesn't make sense, because we're trying to get her levels down for one.
Yeah.
But also, from my experience with diet and things like that, I know that's just absolutely packed full of carbohydrates and sugar and that sort of thing. So we kind of sat there shocked almost and stunned that was the first meal that they would give her. And we were in there for a couple of days just getting everything sorted out, and that model continued through that time there. And it was at the end, on the day we were coming home, that we started talking about there's got to be a better way for her, because I didn't want her to have to go through the same journey that I've been through with administering insulin and that sort of thing on a daily basis. So we got home. I had a golf tournament booked, just one of those, stupid dad moments.
No.
And because Katrina, well, you could probably share your.
Well, I hate needles. I just hate them so much. So the idea of giving her a needle multiple times a day was just, I couldn't do it. I was like, I refuse. So we're going to figure something out. So Dad went off to golf and left me with insulin. And I was like, nope, this is not happening. We're not doing this. So we started giving her, she has carbohydrates. So she has like berries and, she'll have cucumber and avocado, and she'll have like even tomatoes, carrots, like she'll have some carbohydrates, but because we're mixing them with the protein, it's not spiking it.
Okay. Like they're cooked?
Yeah. Well, not cooked. It's just, it's a slower release, I guess. And because most of she's burning energy, she's drinking a lot. And we found the water drinking would bring down her sugar levels. Exercise would bring down her sugar levels, just stuff that the doctors never told us. It was just, give her carbs and then give her insulin. And she has to have a certain amount of carbohydrates every day. And we found ourselves almost like we had to call in and check up, and we were lying to them, because their needed to be, they wanted her to be having, like, we can't basically tell anybody that we're not giving her insulin, or their red flag go up. It was like child abuse that we're not giving her insulin. It's crazy. So, but her levels just, as soon as we started not giving her carbohydrates, basically, her levels were perfect. Like, you can look at the charts. It goes from like 274 down to a solid like 100 all the time, like 120, 99. Like, she was just so even.
Yeah.
And she's not getting, and she's thriving. She's gaining weight. Has energy. She looks amazing. She's swimming. She's 3, and
this is amazing.
It's pretty incredible. So we're just so thankful for some friends that have given us some, like just natural tips on how to balance her levels in a way that's we're not having to give her insulin. So I guess we're now August, and she was diagnosed in April, and she hasn't had a drop of insulin
Ever.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's amazing. So, but you check her blood.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Like,
So
okay, I got it.
yeah, multiple checks a day, but her main source of fuel is now meat. It's chicken, a little bit of chicken. It's red meat. I'm cooking up steak for myself, so she
Nice.
gets some steak as well, and our other girls are like, oh come on, how come we don't get as much steak as Ellen? So yeah, the rest of the family, or the other girls, the 3 other girls, are loving the low. They're having more of a very very low carb to no carb as well,
Okay.
and they're thriving as well. But
That's great.
yeah. So for me and Elliot, it's 0 carbs, but with added in a little bit of avocado, as Katrina's mentioned, a few other vegetables in there just to balance things out for her to feel a bit more normal with the rest of the family.
Sure, I understand. And how old are your other girls?
So eldest is 12, going on 13,
Okay.
and 6-year-old today. Actually, her birthday's today. So.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I always like to ask women how their menstrual cycles were before eating this way and after. It's just a personal question. Because I suffered so long.
I haven't really noticed a difference, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never thought of that it would affect that. Yeah.
If it was never weird, if it was like normal always, you wouldn't notice a difference because it's kind of already normal.
Normal.
Okay.
Period.
So. Oh, good. Thank God.
That's something good. We have noticed like our 12-year-old, she hasn't got her period yet, and it was quite weird. Like, most of her friends at school have all got their period, and we just thought it was interesting that just a more natural diet, a more unnatural lifestyle has delayed that for her, which is great.
So maybe when it comes, it won't be hard either.
Yeah,
and eating normal. Like I just suffer. I suffered personally for 30 years, so like extreme pain.
That's crazy. And you found a difference with going carnivore?
Oh yeah, like on day 21 of carnivore, my period like snuck up on me, and like nothing, no migraine, no back pain, no leg pain, no cramping. I could go on. The list could go on. Wow. Like no nausea, no debilitation.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And I'm sure that was the seed oils and the standard American diet that did that. Yes.
Yes.
So that's great. Yeah, no, I always ask them. I know it's not the topic of today, but
no, that's great.
I specifically thought of it because you have 4 girls. So like that time of life is coming.
It's coming.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
we have a couple. Yeah, exactly. Sorry for boring everybody in the chat, but I will ask every woman this when I'm in control of the live stream. So we got some questions. So Amy Brisket Boomer, she is one of our members of our mighty tribe, and she's here every day. She is 71 years old and has type 1 diabetes also.
Right.
And we'll get to her other question in a second where she explains that. But did you guys know that there is a type 1 diabetic carnivore Facebook group?
I'm a part of one in New Zealand. I don't know if I'm a part of this one in America, but
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely something we can join up with for sure. Because it's
a learning journey. I think as you're going against the status quo, and there's so many unknowns, and they put so much fear into you of you can't do this, and you're going to stunt her growth, and she's going to develop, like all the things. And like I said, we literally have to be dishonest. And our answer now is when they say, how much insulin are you giving? And we say, we're giving it as needed.
Oh, okay.
We're not needing it, so we're not giving it to her.
And they don't question that we're giving it as needed?
Well, we're just very vague, and we change
the
I'm curious. They make you feel like you're the worst parent in the world because you're not
I understand. We could get into all sorts of conversations around that.
Yeah.
I have kids also, so
Yeah.
I understand. It's not the same. It's not the same, but yeah.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, but I'll learn more.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I'm curious, what did the dietitian say that you need to be feeding your daughter?
Yeah, so what they recommended was 46 grams of carbohydrate per meal.
Per meal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that's 3 meals a day, and snacks could be pretty much anything as long as it wasn't probably processed. So they had their scale of how many grams of carbohydrate to how many units of insulin that they kind of figured out what would be working for her. So they just said, yep, 46 grams carbohydrate per meal, make sure she gets 46 grams. And I mean, if you look at what's involved for 46 grams for a 3-year-old, it's just unhealthy.
It's like 3 bags of potato chips.
Yeah, it's terrible. So,
oh wow.
And we weren't eating that amount of carbohydrates anyway. So for us to try and to get that amount, we would really struggle for her to be able to find that amount of carbohydrates.
You
anyway.
would basically be eating chicken nuggets and French fries and tomato sauce, like your ketchup that's packed with sugar.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Wow. So, but did they mention like protein or fat at all, or no?
No, none.
Oh wow.
They touched on it, but then they kind of just were like, you don't have to worry about it. Just make sure you get those carbs in her.
Yeah, they were really emphasizing the fact that she needed carbohydrates
to be fueled.
And
oh, wow.
I mean, I'm a pretty simple guy. I'm in construction background, work with my hands, really logical. And so, and I just Googled, I said, do children need carbohydrates? Well, no, why do children need carbohydrates? And the only answer it came up with was a fuel source. And from what I had learned through my carnivore journey, understanding that going on a carnivore, you're changing your fuel source from carbohydrate, sugars to protein and fat as your fuel source. So I was curious to know, well, why do they push the carbohydrate fuel source for children when we know that through medical studies and things that are coming out more and more these days is that, a good healthy fat and protein in your diet is preventing some chronic illnesses in older age and even supporting, growth and physical development in younger people. And so we were both extremely shocked that they were pushing the carbohydrate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they used the word development because she needed to develop adequately as a 3-year-old. So make sure she gets sugar.
Nuggets.
Processed chicken nuggets and French fries. So it doesn't make sense. And
it literally doesn't.
And that's when we were like, no, we're not doing that. And going on, we started with a really strict carnivore. It was meat and eggs, and that was it. And then she resisted eggs for a while.
Wow.
So that's when we added in the avocado just to try and get that, that protein that way. But now she eats anything and everything that's in front of her, and
great.
And she has gained so much healthy weight.
She has such a huge appetite. Like she'll eat as much as you, and you're 6'5". Like she's 3. She'll eat a huge meal.
Yeah, she is developing far quicker, and she is strong. She is so healthy.
We did notice one thing that was interesting. I found we had 1 week where the girls and I were inside all week, not really having a lot of exercises, and her levels shot up so much. I couldn't believe it. Like just the lack of, like, normally we're swimming. We live in Florida, so we swim pretty much all day, every day. But I did notice a huge difference in her levels with a lack of exercise. So I thought that was really interesting. I was like, oh, obviously. You have to pair, your good diet with some exercise, and good hydration was a key as well for her, keeping a good level. So it's kind of a whole package.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I'm so happy you guys found this for her so she doesn't have to potentially in her life have to inject insulin every day.
Yes.
Hopefully this can continue because you guys caught it so early.
Yeah.
And I would be interested to know in 2 years,
Yes.
like
Yes.
if it's
how she's
Yeah.
cured.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's very disciplined as a 3-year-old. She doesn't want to have an injection. We've called it the blast. And we've said, look, you can eat what the other girls are eating, or if we're out, and catching a meal at a restaurant or something like that, you could eat that, but you're going to have a blast. So she just says, no, I'm good. I'm going to just stick with my meat and eggs. And so she's very disciplined. We've had no issues with her trying to sneak food or anything like that. But, so she's been a dream daughter in this circumstance, trying to get her to eat in a more carnivore style. So
that's great. I mean, what child wants to get a shot? None.
None of them.
No, exactly. None of them. Yeah, I don't like doing it myself. So yeah,
she's very motivated.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. We got a couple more questions. Oh, well, Michael Smith says something here. Oh my God, our medical education needs to change big time. My docs also make me feel like I'm going to die if I stay on my carnivore program. Yet I look and feel better every month. Yeah, exactly.
It's huge. They make you feel like you're crazy, and they've made me as a mother feel like I'm abusing my child.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And yet you are 100% doing the exact opposite.
Exactly.
I would go so far as to say, because I'm not a doctor, that giving a diabetic child 140 grams of carbs a day is abuse.
Yeah, and they wonder why we have an issue in not only America but the rest of the world with childhood obesity starting to really just become a rampant issue. So yeah, it's really interesting the mindset that they have of especially young kids, and it's such a perfect age to change a lifestyle or change an eating habit, but yet they are sticking with what they've always done, which was the same way that I was taught when I was diagnosed at 11, so 31 years ago, was that you can just eat and do whatever you like as long as you have insulin nearby.
Wow.
And so that was very interesting for us to experience. And going back to just really quickly, I'll touch on this. When I did my 4-week crash course, the first time I tried carnivore, so my sister-in-law, my brother's partner, she did skin folds at the gym. So I started at 33% body fat, which I was shocked at. I was almost ashamed of, to be honest, because I'm in a healthy weight range. I've always been that way, never been able to gain much weight or anything like that. But to be 33% body fat, I thought, man, you got to be joking. Like, that's crazy. And she did it, the testing at the end as well. So weight and skin folds again. Weight stayed exactly the same, but my body fat went to 16%. I did no exercise, no anything. It was just because it was right at the lockdown, and New Zealand was pretty strict on lockdowns. We were in lockdown for a lot longer than so we were just at home, just doing our daily routine. And I was started carnivore during that period, and to go from 33 to 16 with no exercise, no other
2 weeks,
4 weeks,
4 weeks,
was pretty incredible. So, and the energy levels went through the roof. So that was amazing for me. So yeah, carnivore is definitely the way to go.
It's totally the way to go. If I ever eat something off, I feel it immediately. That's just how my body works. It's a constant reminder.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Do you have that also? Like, oh, well, you don't. Like, if you eat, do you ever eat anything out of like your regiment or no?
Yeah, I do. We
Eleanor doesn't, but he does.
Yeah, I do. And I say to Katrina afterwards, I say, man, that was a mistake. Why did I do that? You just feel disgusting. Well, I do.
No, I do also. I do. And I think a lot of people do. And I think people feel bad if they cheat or go off the diet and they feel guilty, especially if like you're a YouTuber and then you make videos how you cheated on your diet. But I think it's not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because it's a constant reminder that you actually can't eat that food.
Yes.
Or it's a reminder that you can't eat that way, because if you felt fine, you would probably go back to eating that way.
Exactly.
So,
That's right. Yeah.
so I never look at it as like a negative. And the Dr. Kiltz calls it treating, not cheating. It's all about saying the right words. So you're doing a treat and don't regret it. But I regret the, like maybe you do, Nathan. I regret the physical feeling and the feeling physically disgusting after.
Oh yeah, 100. And you notice it's straight away. It's an instant reminder that
there's a reason why you don't eat this.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Here's another question. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. I'm gonna look at the chat in a second. This is from Amy again. So she's been carnivore for 7 years, type 1 diabetic for 55 years. She says she's able to take 9 to 12 units total per day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect. So that would be the same as me here on an American carnivore diet, was around those sort of levels, yeah. Which is not bad considering that you'd be normally on 46 plus units a day, you know. So
yeah,
I'd love to see if we could implement some of the things we've been learning about for Eleanor for you, and see if we can drop that down even more.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I don't know. We'll see.
I love that she's so young and you guys caught this so early, because I'm so curious if it could be
sustained, yeah.
Sustained, yeah, for her life. But I do notice that people that have had this for like 30, 50 years do need the support of the insulin.
One thing we learned was the more you have insulin, the less your pancreas. It's kind of like when you start wearing glasses, you need a stronger lens and because your eyes weaken. And we kind of, I don't know, because we haven't tested this, but from what we understand was the longer you're using insulin, the less your pancreas is working.
Right.
And we're doing some treatment for her pancreas to start it back up, you know, to heal it basically. Like, can we heal a pancreas? I don't know. We're trying. But because we haven't given her insulin, maybe, you know, her body isn't reliant on that injection. I'm not sure. So hopefully.
Interesting. I hope so. That makes sense. Because I have had, like, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition many years ago, and I only took thyroid medications a few times. It made me feel bad. Obviously, it's totally different than diabetes, but it's still like an organ, I guess. I don't know if the thyroid's an organ. It's a hormone producing thing, like the pancreas, but so I, for the most of the time in the last 10 years, I've never taken thyroid medication.
Wow. That's awesome.
On purpose. But by the way, you feel crazy. But if you have Hashimoto's, and you're not on the carnivore diet, you can feel very crazy.
Wow. That's great. That's wild.
It's totally wild. But my thyroid numbers are like, it's like a slow process, slowly improving when I get them checked. So maybe the pancreas will heal, maybe the thyroid will heal, you know.
Why not?
The body wants to be healthy and survive.
Yes, it does. Yeah. And I think it can heal itself if given the right things.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think that's how it was made. It was created to heal itself. We've just been like poisoning it on purpose and intentionally for so long. You know.
I agree.
In fact, like I don't know what your guys' stance is on coffee, but I love coffee. I'm actually an addict. But I noticed recently I started getting more and more headaches while drinking coffee, not drinking coffee. And so yesterday I almost started having like a migraine start, like just beginning to come on. I'm like, okay, I said Monday I'm quitting. I'm done today. I can't. I gotta see what happens. I can't deal with the lifelong headaches that I had, which I've had coffee the whole time on carnivore, but I noticed those start creeping in, and I think it's the coffee, unfortunately.
Oh,
so sad.
It's a shame because it's so good.
I know. It's like, oh, okay, well, we'll see. So you guys are coffee drinkers then?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a huge amount, but we have the one in the morning and occasionally one in the afternoon. But we still have it.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
Hold on to it while we can.
Well, I'm just trying to see if there were any more questions. Do you guys, the chat, do you guys have any other questions? Oh, Terry P says she's more disciplined than I am.
She is.
Daughter.
Crazy. She
Yeah.
won't.
Yeah.
I was doing a math. We homeschool our kids, and we were doing some math and
Great.
using raisins for counting. And our 5-year-old was like, "Oh, Ellie, you want some?" And she's like, "Oh no, it has too much sugar in it." Just like,
Aw,
so disciplined, so disciplined.
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's great. And I love this for your other girls also. Just because it's
Seeing results, right? Like I think
Yeah.
she knows like this, like we talked about, like she knows this doesn't make my body feel very good. And even the older girls, like Lily was saying, I've got tons of energy. We never get sick.
awesome.
We
Yeah.
feel good. We're always outside and we feel great, like
Energy
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah.
The desire for those
more sugary foods.
sugary
and stuff.
foods is disappearing. I wouldn't say it's completely gone,
No.
but it's disappearing the further we go into this journey. And as Katrina mentioned, yeah, we're seeing results in so many other areas other than just, a craving for sugar. We're seeing the energy
Sure.
levels increase. We're seeing the attention span increase.
Right.
We're seeing, a more stable mood. And things like that. So it's filtering, the protein fat diet is filtering into every area of life. It's not just targeting one area going, hey, look, you're going to succeed in weight loss or
Right.
energy levels. No, it's in the younger kids, it's fueling absolutely every area of life. And as
I love
Katrina
that.
mentioned, we don't get sick. We might get a runny nose for a day or two, and then it's gone in the change of season. But the kids don't get sick. We haven't immunized. We're living a very good, healthy exercise, good food diet in a carnivore way, and we're seeing massive results, which it's frustrating looking out from our little bubble and seeing so many other families that are really struggling with sick kids constantly and sick parents as well. And you go, man, you guys should just try this. Just try it like I did for 4 weeks and see what it does to your body, to your mind,
Right.
life. And I guarantee you won't go back to the diet you're on. But
the sugar addiction's
the
real.
addiction is
It's totally.
Yeah.
Unless they're really willing to make a drastic change and they're close to that rock bottom. But
Right.
we haven't met too many people that are at that stage yet to really support them in that journey ahead. But that time will come.
Yeah, it will. It will for sure. Yeah, unless people feel like they're at rock bottom, I feel like it's hard to get them to change how they're eating.
Yeah.
But I felt like that's where I was at.
Yeah,
I was there.
most people they're at some place of desperation to make a change, and they are willing to give it a go, and they do, and then they realize, oh my gosh, this is great. I've got to keep doing this not to keep that feeling, because you're changing a good feeling into this is normal. It's not this high of, oh, I've been doing carnivore for 2 weeks, I feel great, I'm going to go back and eat the normal diet now, and then I'll do it again in 3 months' time to get that feeling again. No. On carnivore, you now are resetting your feeling radar as to this is now normal. It's not a good feeling. This is normal.
Right.
And
yeah,
that's how we've approached it with me, with changing things as our family does. And we're on this journey. We're wanting to get better and better with being more strict and
you just learn
what we're doing. But
sure.
in the season we're in, we've developed it a little bit to add in a few different things for the girls. But we know where we're going, and we know the results we want to get to, and we're on a journey to get there. So it's been exciting.
I love that. Chuck says, Dr. Kiltz would ask about raw fatty meat and electrolytes. Thank you for reminding me. What are first, the easier question, do you take electrolytes?
We don't, but we're new to all this. We're just learning. we used to eat McDonald's quite regularly.
I understand.
Yeah. And so we haven't been doing electrolytes, but occasionally I'll do electrolytes if I'm working in the heat, but it's not a part of the daily routine or anything like that. And raw meat,
We have not done raw meat.
I get pretty close with my steaks, but not raw. No.
Yeah. I do pretty rare. I've eaten raw with Dr. Kiltz. I've eaten raw by myself for a YouTube video. I didn't really like it. People are telling me I was missing the salt, but I will not. He will teach, and I believe him. Like if you cook the meat, you're I don't know all the scientific words, but you're killing the vitamins in it.
Yeah.
Right.
To a certain degree.
Yeah.
And he teaches that the fat actually has all the vitamins you need. And if you can eat that raw or closer to raw, you're going to get more out of it.
Right.
The fatty part of it. So I'm working my way there. I'm working my way in that direction. Yesterday, part of my meat was like still cold, my steak. So I threw it back in the frying pan. I can't deal with the cold.
Fair.
My friend Michael is asking where their faces are gone.
I think we have to change something in our settings.
There'll be something in there. We apologize for that. Yeah.
But they're here telling their story, and we can hear them, and they loud and clear. Let's see. There was another question. Juliet, please put your question back in the chat with a Q so I can find it. Oh, here we go. I found it actually. Juliet says, I came in late. Did they see Carnivore Babies in Wall Street Journal or Dr. Berry video afterwards with his clips from his interview on national news?
No,
we have not. No, we've basically been doing this by ourselves. I actually messaged Dr. Kiltz on his Instagram, and I get the fact that he probably doesn't check those messages that often. We were actually in the hospital, and I said, can a 3-year-old girl go on Carnivore, which she just and I didn't get a reply, which is fine. But
he does try to check them, but he gets so many messages. I'm literally looking at Instagram right now.
We were just so desperate for this was this life catering moment, and we just wanted to see the girl healthy, and we were desperate.
Yeah, but we will definitely check that out for sure, because any resource we can get to help us is a lot. We're trying to just figure things out as we go, and it's working so far with what we're doing, but we want to fine tune as much as we can and get it better, so that this can be without a miracle of healing, the ultimate for the rest of her life, which is great. So yeah,
I'm gonna pull up his book on Amazon if I can find it. Dr. Kiltz has a book called Babies, which means babies for babies, and baby is beef, eggs, butter, bacon, and his ice cream, basically. And it has a bunch of recipes in it. My kids love this book because they love to tell me to make Dr. Kiltz's food.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and it explains like why it's okay to actually feed your children off the breast straight onto a carnivore diet.
Yeah.
And a ton of recipes. So it makes it a little bit funner. Like I found that if you make homemade bone broth, you can make all sorts of wonderful gravies with butter and bone broth and salts, and it just makes everything taste so much better.
That's big.
Can you see it? Is it on the screen? Oh, not yet. Okay, so here's his book. It's called Babies for Babies, a diet to help you on your journey to conception. It is for that, but it explains also how it's okay that children actually can eat a carnivore diet. And it gives a ton of recipes.
That's awesome.
So,
that's so cool.
You can get that one. Also, just in terms of recipes, Courtney Luna, you can find her also on YouTube and Amazon. She has a great book. I think there's like a lot of recipes that can be made like, I don't know, Nathan, I like meat and eggs. I'm sure you like meat and eggs, but sometimes our kids want something more. And I love these carnivore recipe books for our kids to create more fun types of foods for our kids.
Yeah, we've tried a few different things like the carnivore pizza, and which was a huge hit because the other girls are having pizza, but she's got her pizza, so she feels a part of what's going on as well, rather than me and her having our steak and eggs and the other girls are eating pizza. So which is really good. So we are trying to branch out in that area, and any recipes is going to be helpful. So thank you for those resources. We'll check.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, yeah, Courtney Luna. I don't know. It's just like maybe Courtney Luna Carnivore Cookbook, and then that one from Dr. Kiltz.
Yeah.
And then check out the recent stuff from Dr. Barry on how he promotes that his kids do carnivore with some berries.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny, Dr. Barry and the berries.
So it sounds similar to what we've done.
Yeah, exactly. And my kids, I mean, they eat very good. They eat totally different than how I grew up on McDonald's also. And was very overweight. I was like 100 pounds at like 4 feet tall when I was like 10 years old. Like,
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago. We love food.
Yeah.
But my kids are not like that. They eat healthy with fruit, and living in South America, rice is inevitable. I hate it. My son likes it, but they look healthy and they're outside playing in the sun,
Yes.
That's it. Yeah. Get the balance of everything.
Exactly. I'm going to mention this. I don't think Dr. Boz is actually taking patients, but you guys live in Florida. Dr. Boz is in Florida. Check out Dr. Boz.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Oh yeah, Larry, we've kind of answered this already. Do your other girls eat carnivore?
Yes.
And the question is yes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. I just want to see if there's anything else here. Oh, well, here's a raw fat comment. I started eating raw fat 3 days ago. I get it to room temperature, salted, and eat it. Quite delicious.
Wow, we're going to give this a go. This is satisfying my curiosity.
There's speaking of Italian, there's this beautiful Italian woman who will be on the show very shortly. I think September 15th. I forgot her name. But she eats raw meat. That's like what she's eaten, raw meat for 15 years. And she looks, she maybe is like 30. So like half of her life, she's been eating only raw meat. I can't wait to talk to her. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
We'll check that out for sure.
And Dr. Kiltz will often, I don't know if you've seen him on the live stream, just take out a piece of like uncooked meat and start eating it. Let's see. I'm just trying to see if I missed any questions for you guys in the chat. I don't think so. I guess, do you guys do any other social media or anything promoting carnivore or?
No, I haven't, but I've thought about it just with the journey of our daughter, Eleanor. We know of 2 or 3 other young families that have had a young child be diagnosed type 1 diabetes just in our circle here recently. And we have not felt to really go and push them to, check it out, but don't want to invade their privacy or anything like that. But we have mentioned, well, this is our journey and we're here if you want to talk about what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I thought about the social media thing just to make other parents aware that you don't have to follow the medical recommendations. That there are ways of dealing with this, significant issue, because it's not something you want to deal with, but the reality is you have to.
Right.
And if you can deal with it in a way that your child doesn't have to take insulin, then for me as a parent, that's like gold. That is worthwhile looking into. So it's on the mind, but we haven't really pursued it too much. We're not really. It's kind of funny that the camera's not working today because we're not really, out there kind of people. We're even talking about, why did I even email you guys?
Crazy.
Like, I don't even know why. But I think we were so excited that we were seeing really awesome results for a type 1 diabetic girl.
Yeah.
And as time goes forward, the development that she's getting and the growth that she's having in all areas is far more than what we could have ever hoped for. And I think if she had some medical tests done, they would say, man, she's in a great percentile for this age group.
Yeah.
Because she just looks so healthy. And
compared to like a picture from last year, like
wow.
is filled out. She's chunky. Like she
was a very petite 3-year-old. and now she is we call her Chunky. Is a solid little 3-year-old, and
Love it.
from a fat and protein fuel and body growth, she's doing really well. So we're just so excited, and we'll keep the journey going, and who knows, we'll reach out in 2 years' time and say, hey, look, this is the
Would
result.
love to hear it. Yeah, that would be amazing. I would for sure love to hear it, and Dr. Kiltz would love to hear it. I'm so glad you guys reached out, because it's not often that we hear this story. Actually, this is the first time I've ever heard of something like this with such a young child, and I think that's amazing. We always hear of like those people like myself who were at rock bottom who went to Carnivore. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's been not only good for Eleanor, but also myself to really hone in on, this is what I need to do going forward.
Well, I think it's inspiring for you to see, your 3-year-old daughter has so much discipline and she's thriving, and it is possible. Because I think there's always that little niggly doubt of, will this actually work? Or is it even achievable? Is it worth it? I guess. And just seeing the change in her, like our daughters would usually have like cereal for breakfast, and they'd be hungry 10 minutes later.
Yep.
And we're like, oh, look, Ellie, Ellie's good till lunchtime, and just not that need for constant fueling, because you're feeding yourself with protein that's a longer lasting fuel source. And just even those little differences in teaching your children, like, what are you fueling your body with? And is it lasting, and is it actually a good source? Is it the premium fuel, or, are you just doing the budget fuel here? And that was a lot of, we thought we couldn't do Carnivore years ago because we thought it was too expensive. Yeah. And when you're not buying all your snacks and all your processed foods, I mean, we eat a lot. Like, we have my brother staying with us for a month, and he's like, you guys eat so much meat. We need a cow. Like, we just go through so much meat as a family of 6, but I don't know. I think it's comparable because we're not buying all the junk and all the processed stuff, and our bodies are healthy. So it's a week. So
yeah, it makes up for it. Like, I don't like, insulin must be expensive even with insurance.
Yes. We don't know, because we don't have.
We haven't actually had to get in yet. So we're still on. Well, Eleanor, she hasn't taken any insulin since we came home from the hospital. So the insulin that they gave us at the hospital was still sitting in the fridge. And
oh wow.
Yeah. So it's there if we ever needed it, but we're pretty strict on getting her at good levels, and keeping her there, which is just great. It's awesome. So, and she keeps saying too, is my level low enough that I can have a strawberry, or and it because you want to say, hey, look, go and have half a punnet of strawberries, but she is aware that we don't give her carbohydrate in berry form if she's a little bit higher than what we would like her to be, because that might tip her over to the point where she might need to have insulin. So she's amazing. If you could bottle her up and sell her billions of dollars.
That's amazing at 3, actually, like her level of intelligence and intuition with her body at 3 years old. That's amazing.
So we're very thankful for her and her mentality going into it. It's helped us as parents a lot, and I get that too. Most kids might not be that way, but there is a way to go forward with young children that have been diagnosed with an illness and Carnivore. We have another friend who has a little boy who's type 1, but also Down syndrome, and the diet that they're applying with him is very similar, and also seeing great results as well. So it is possible, and if there's people around you, if you ever get in that situation where something happens and you need some support, there are people around that are either going through it, or, as you have mentioned this morning, there's resources out there that we weren't aware of that that are great resources as well. So we'll start using those. We'll start researching more and more as we keep going forward, and see how things develop. But we know that the results are speaking for themselves, and that's the really encouraging part of it.
That's amazing. Good parents, despite what the doctors might think. Brian, fly fisherman dish. Nathan, you need to look into Dr. Bernstein. He was one of the best at controlling type 1 diabetes, was one of the pioneers on controlling by diet. If you,
Okay.
Dr. Bernstein, another resource.
No, we'll check him out for sure. Yeah. Or her, I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm going to say, Amy, do you want to put your Facebook page? We talked about this earlier. Do you want to put it into the chat? Let's see. Well, I guess that's it. I got to do we do a giveaway. Oh, here's one last question. Nathan, does coffee affect your sugars?
Yeah, so no, it doesn't. I just have it black, and I'm using full cream. I just have just a dash in that. No effect on the sugar levels. So, yeah.
So there you go. I have to do the giveaway now. Here you go. Let's see. Is it up here on the screen? So this is her Kilt's Mighty Tribe t-shirt. We do a giveaway every morning. So let's see the lucky winner this morning. Dun, dun. I need music or something. Yay, Cheryl, congratulations. Please send me an email. Cheryl Camp, send me an email with your shirt size and your address and your phone number, and I will get that shipped to you right away. Congrats. All right, Nathan and Katrina, would you like to say anything else before we end the live stream?
Sorry that the camera didn't work this morning. But we just really appreciate, obviously, the information that Dr. Kiltz and the team put out there, because that's really what ignited us to pursue this journey of carnivore for our 3-year-old. So just want to thank, obviously, everyone in the comments as well for providing your help and the research that has been done already that we can look into. And I love the fact that it is a community, the carnivore community, and we're so thankful. So thank you for everyone being here this morning, and obviously for Dr. Kiltz and yourself. And
thank you.
we just look forward to going forward and keeping up to date with what's going on.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I'm scheduling you my book for 2 years from now.
Yep. Reach out. We'll be here.
Awesome. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to hit end of live stream, and have a great day. Have a great week, and see you all tomorrow. Oh, before I hit the end button, tonight on the Kilt's Mighty Tribe Zoom call, we have Dr. Abs. So make